John Blow, lead us off with Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. In terms of you as an athlete, Coach Allen's talked about you being a multi-sport guy. I've obviously talked to you about that before, but what are the benefits that you feel like you got out of that, rather than just being a guy who just lifted weights, in the off season and played football?
Well, for me, it's just a competitive drive. Like in every sport I do in high school, I just try to be the best I could and try to outwork the other team, other player, the pitcher, the guy matchup against basketball. But also, it just shows the ceiling I have with like when I commit to football 24/7. Like I'll be like my ceiling's like pretty high. I think that's what they've talked about. But like it's just like in high school, I got the competitive nature in me, and now like I just focus straight on football, and I can just focus on everything at task at hand and just get bigger, stronger, faster, and quicker, and just learn the game, the speed in college, and just like be a step ahead in a lot of different ways from the competitive standpoint. So that's really what high school athletics have taught me, just playing three sports. So that's why.
All right, Tom, then Dustin.
Aaron, a lot of the out of town guys have talked about how difficult this has been during this COVID year with no face-to-face meetings and not being able to come and see Bloomington and all that stuff. But you've been right here, and but it had to still be kind of hard for you to kind of be so close, but still so far away, hadn't it?
No, it hasn't really been a big challenge just because, like, I mean, I've seen all the facilities before. Like, I've talked to the coaches in person before everything shut down. And just like I've just been able to see the campus and just like so I think it's been like a step ahead just because like I've been familiar with everything. I've seen what Indiana's all about behind the scenes, and just like being able to talk to Coach Allen, Coach Wright, Coach Sheridan in person. It's just like it's kind of been nice being here and just like kind of teaching the other freshmen the ways of like where everything's at, what to eat, what not to eat, and just like kind of giving like an inside scoop on how to like be an Indiana athlete. But before I was just like a kid playing high school here, but now I'm an Indiana athlete, so like I just show them all behind the scenes and like how to just be prepared for this upcoming year when it comes to school and it comes to like all the other kind of stuff when it comes to being in Bloomington.
All right, Dustin, then Sammy.
And I want to go back to what you said about your ceiling raising now that you get to focus on one sport. I mean, you mentioned just bigger, stronger, and faster, but I guess just elaborate a little bit on what you think the focus will give you, basically, on what you will be able to do in terms, especially of building your body that you haven't been able to do when you've had to devote to three sports and get your body ready for each of these. What do you think you'll be able to do in terms of just building up now that it's just football?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So like when I'm in high school, just like I lifted and I played my sports, but like now I'll have like winter conditioning, like spring practice and summer conditioning. So like now I'm starting to get to the point where like I can kind of see some growth in me just because like I'm just focusing on football and not worry about like travel baseball, AAU tournaments. So like I'm just committing just straight to football workouts. So like and like when it comes to build over time, like a couple of years from now, like I'll just see like a huge change in myself just based off of work ethic. Like I'll be here for every time, every place. I'll just give my all. So like that's a big thing for me because like I'll just be able to like just be that much better. And like some guys here that play football in high school, like they've kind of like been able to like get their body ready. But like me, it might take a couple of years, but that's perfectly okay just because like I just want to get the best I could be, best athlete I could be here at Indiana.
All right, Sammy, then John.
Good afternoon, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. The tight end room, you have a lot of upperclassmen who it doesn't look like they might not be here for much after next year. How much do you look forward to learning from them? And, what is your mentality going into the season to become one of those guys who fills their shoes after they've left IU?
Yeah, well, the tight ends in our room just great overall dudes. Like every single one of them I've connected and bonded with, and like they just put me under the wing. Like guys like AJ, Matt Bjornson, Peyton, Cam, like I know all the other guys especially too that I can't name, but they've just done a great job just teaching me the basics, the fundamentals. I mean, the first couple of weeks I'm just like in the ear asking them what to do when it comes to plays and like and formations and stuff like that. But like they've brought me along in the sense of like they just put me under their wing and like hold me accountable for my actions when it comes to like learning the playbook and just like being like in the weight room, just being the best version I can be. And when it comes to upperclassmen, like they taught me what they've done in the process of like when they were in my shoes. So like guys like Cam and no, sorry, like Matt and Peyton, like they just tell me just to stay focused. I mean, the future is going to be hope, like you can only control what's now. So like, I mean, with the upperclassmen, it gives me a lot of wisdom, a lot of good decisions on what I should do with my collegiate career. So it's a good guy to be with.
All right, John, then Dustin.
You're just talking about some of the football only guys being so much more developed. What has been your impressions though of just the athletes at this level? I mean, obviously you're coming from the high school ranks. How much more advanced? I mean, do they seem? Is there anything that jumps out to you about the guys at this level? And then also just a side question. So if I saw you hooping in a video, like, are you still like getting basketball in? Are you playing at all, or you kind of drop that and just focus on football?
Well, for the first question, like there's so many freaks here. Like I just look around and I see like Marcelino, Tim Baldwin, like full like Greek god of nature, like Zeus type like physique. So like I just look at them and like that's just hard work and dedication. Like I just want to be in that type of level, just focus on my mind, my body, and just like work out, get my correct like appetite, eating habits, so I can just like try to be like that. And when it comes to basketball, like I try my best to play, but just for now, like I've just been so like focused on football. But like I've been hooping like probably once every 2 weeks. But when the school comes back around and like it'll be like pickup games, I mean, I might jump in if my body feels right and just have a free run. Or sometimes I'll just play with my dad with his oldies league just because like I just want to get a nice run in sometimes. But with other sports like baseball, like I haven't been able to get out to the field just because like there's no one out there. But like a real passion I found myself is golf. So like I just golf with like Charles, like another Connor Delp, or like playing with Chris or James. So, like I'm just playing a bunch of guys, just trying to be out there instead of like just sitting in my dorm in the afternoon. So I'm just trying to stay active and just like find other ways to get better besides football. So that's kind of the mindset to have.
All right, Dustin, last one.
Aaron, kind of sticking on that topic. I mean, you mentioned the guys that you see look like freaks and Greek gods and whatnot. Do you have a sort of a target weight or a target sort of body, I guess, vision for yourself? I guess when you're thinking years in the future, obviously tight end is one of those positions where you need bulk, but also to maintain athleticism so you can run. Do you have sort of a target that you're looking for and saying, this is what I want to look like, this is what I want to weigh and how I want to feel eventually?
Yeah. So talking with the nutrition staff, like Isaac, we talked about like what my body composition is right now. And they're talking about like how much I weigh and what body fat I need to be. But when talking with them, they thought my like how much I weigh is pretty perfect for my level and the position I am. It's just like maintaining that weight and cutting body fat. So like just eating like, so for me, like I have to eat like a certain amount of calories and a certain amount of protein every day. So like I have to annually track my what I eat and like just be disciplined. So like I feel like if you just get off track, you just got to get back focused, get that daily routine, that mentality of just like, I'm here, like I want to be the best version of myself. So like for me, just like trying to just stay disciplined and just stay locked in, because you're going to have a couple of days you just want to like get like 5 guys or like a big burger from somewhere. But like you got to make sure that you have to count those days like down. So like you just stay on that like a healthy grind, just eating healthy food, just trying to be the best version of myself.